Hello, this is Dylan. I'm doing Activity 2 of Module 2, the laws and policies that affect teaching. I chose to do mine on the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA. I've worked with a lot of special needs students over the course of my education. When I was in college, I worked as a note taker for students with disabilities, and my mom worked for a long time as a special ed teacher, so it was kind of interesting to me to look up what the actual law was. It says that students need accommodations. So during my research, it says it makes available a free and appropriate public education to eligible students, children with disabilities. To give a little bit of background on the law, it was previously called the Education for All Handicapped Children Act, and that one started in 1975 and went to 1990 when it was changed to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The earlier law, Education for All Handicapped Children Act, kind of focused more on the disability than the individual, which is really the kind of the key difference between then and now, what we had then and what we have now. Before 1975, a lot of students were just not getting the accommodations that they needed, and in sorry, and in a lot of states, it was okay to just turn away those kids and not educate them at all, and not have them have any form of education, and that was perfectly legal. So this law changed that. IDEA also says that each student needs an IEP, or an individualized education program, which is tailored towards for that specific student. It tells you what accommodations they have, what kind of disabilities they have, things like that. They kind of you get to kind of get to know students a little bit. In terms of whether or not the law is effective and kind of a good thing or a bad thing, I think it's great, especially learning that before 1975 students could just get turned away, and now this an earlier version of it in this law allows students to be included. And I think the goal of the law is kind of just that every student, a student might need a little bit extra help, or they have a certain disability that makes learning a little bit more difficult, or they might need a little bit of special instruction, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't be taught at all. And so this law kind of makes it, forces the school system to accommodate those children. I think another big thing is that they are in their least invasive environment, which means that they are, if they can be with the regular ed kids as much as they can, it's a good thing. I think it's good for both the regular ed kids and the special ed kids, because to see one another, to get to know each other, and for regular ed students to know somebody with a disability, to learn that they are a person too. They're not defined by their disability. They have other qualities, other traits, and a lot of times these students become friends. I've been working as a substitute teacher lately, and I've subbed for a few special ed and learning support classes, and I think they're fantastic, because first of all, you have they're generally smaller class sizes, and a lot of times the students are a lot more motivated to learn than regular ed students, and they want to be there, and they're excited, and they're also just kind of a lot of fun. Um, so I think that's pretty much it. Um, just to underscore, the goal is that everybody has an equal shot at an education, at a free public education, and if somebody needs accommodations, that they get them, so that all students can succeed, which is really the goal for all education. Thanks.